here at Fringe Benefit for once again doing our thing, trying to get the community to understand. There's a lot of things going on. Unfortunately, we had rest in peace to Aaron Hobson and rest in peace to Chris Dotson. And like I say, we have a lot of things going on in this world. We gotta get our minds right. We're asking the community to come out and support the young people, because as you see every day in the news, they're disappearing. A lot of death is happening. People are robbing, killing, and not using their smarts. We as a community have to stop watching it on TV and come out and show that we do support them, so they can get the fringe benefit of education instead of the benefit of death or the benefit of jail. We got to be more focused in that. Fringe benefits. Peace.
Maya helps me with, and she is my work study student, my FBOE sidekick. And I want her to just share a little bit about what it takes to prepare for Thursday.
I have to call people, make sure emails went out, make sure the thank you letters went out. I have to call the speaker, make sure he's aware that he's on for these first Thursdays, and make sure he's coming, and just check on everybody, make sure everybody's doing good. Then I have to relay the messages. I have to do her paperwork when she doesn't have time to do it. I have to do everything. So, I mean, it's a big challenge, and I'm just honored to get the privilege to be a part of FBOE.
Works with the youth in the community, try to provide opportunities and outreach programs for them. Help them out to establish themselves and become better individuals and better parts of society, and not realize that they're it's a losing road, to realize that it's actually a bright future ahead, that they can change their life and surroundings.
Has a real good strategy of helping young men and women. I know Dr. McDowell and anybody here as a mentor would love to have anybody. It doesn't really matter are you male or female. I think it's a very spiritual and a very uplifting program where it leads you in the right direction no matter how old or how young you are. I think the plans of staying in school, and you have to have a plan and no matter what you do. So I really think that FBOE is a real encouraging program. I suggest it, and I would give anybody else that advice to try to be a part of it or make things happen to help someone else.
I feel it's pretty good. I like the positive stuff, like it's always something positive. Everybody in here just tell me, yeah, you can do that, you can always do that, and that's pretty like uplifting. Like I always feel like everything is positive around here. This is why I really like the program.
I love the program because it helps at-risk youth make positive decisions in their lifetime, and without that type of direction in their lifetime instilled in them at an early age, people complain why they do things they don't like. So this program is geared towards helping young people reach their highest potential even at an early age. And I just encourage everybody just to come, be a part of it. It's every Thursday, rain, sleet, or snow. We're here.
College and getting jobs for them, you know. So I see this as a very positive program.
I had an opportunity this week to go and speak to a group of young women in a program called Awesome Ambition. And they're working with young women grades 8 through 12. And some of the same things we're trying to do with young men to make sure that they are positioned to compete. And again, for those of you who are adults, if you haven't been around a group of juniors in high school, wow, that's a different kind of crowd. And so again, a lot of what we're trying to tap into, and everyone is trying to tap into, and that group has been around for 14 years, trying to prepare young people to go to college. And what we're finding out, even when there's resources in the community, people still don't know what to do. So I have made sure that tonight I brought a copy of the spring 2011 schedule. So for everyone who's currently in school, make sure you get a 2011 schedule so that you can be prepared when you sit before your advisors and have some idea of what courses you want to take. Students are notorious for setting appointments with advisors, flopping in the seat and saying, whatever you want to do it to me. Then you get upset when in the end, the classes are not the ones you're supposed to take. You are supposed to be an informed consumer. And if you're in this program, you have an opportunity to get pre-advising. So when you go into that advising session, you look sharp. You look like you got it on the ball. You plan not only for spring 11, you have fall 12 under your belt, and you even know what to do for spring 13. We have that opportunity. So you guys take advantage of the resources that we have. Also, I had an opportunity tonight, as we always do, to bring some of the view books. This has an application in it. It also talks about the placement test. So if you know a friend, you are a friend, and you're interested in going to school, make sure you pick up one of these view books so that you can continue your education. Also, we had an opportunity to talk about what is this program supposed to be doing. We always ask one of the mentees to share, but we also had a call this week from one of our mentors who shared with us, or his friend shared with us, that he was in the hospital, Eric Green. So I'm going to ask Amanda if she will come up and share with you all. I know that Eric is in the hospital over in Providence. We have a card back there that we want you all to sign, and we know he's having some challenges with his heart. So he needs to know that we're thinking about him, we're praying for him, and I know we've had a few people here who had such experiences, so they know what that's all about. So I'm going to invite Amanda up to come and share with you all a little bit about what Eric is going through at this particular time.
Right now, Eric is stable, and he's still going through the pain, but we've crossed the borderline. We've got our head above water now. We've corrected the problem that's had the arteries to the heart. We've corrected that problem, and we know what line we're going on to go forward. Of course, he's got to go through therapy, and he's going to have to get a new trail of training of how to live. That's our next challenge, but we are already over the water, so that's not really a challenge. We've passed the hard part. And I know that this is something, a function that he really put all his all in. Even tonight, he was talking outside his neck from the pain medicine, but he was still saying, I had to be here. I said, well, maybe not this Thursday, maybe next Thursday.
We're going to have our inspirational moments. You know, we try to get a mentee always to come up and say what the program has meant to him. So we're going to ask Lawrence from Harmon High School to come up and give us a few moments. Once Lawrence is done, we're going to ask for prayer over our meal, then we're going to eat, and then we're going to get into the rest of our program.
FBOE is like taking people off the streets, steering them the right way, instead of them going to like gangs, the streets and all that, because I chose the wrong crowd back in '06. But now I have been trying to steer my way back through, but then I'm having roadblocks. And so ever since I met Roger, it's been sort of helping me out more and more every week.
You know, success stories is about where you start and where you're finishing. I don't say finish because you're not finished, but where you're finishing at. And he's a lawyer, part of other things too. He went to KU, so you know, we ain't gonna hold that against him. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know he had K-State on his mind. I'm gonna bring up Timothy L. Dupree. Give him a hand, y'all.
A little bit about me. Grew up right here in KCK Wyandotte. Graduated from Wyandotte High School, Bulldog. And what year? 94. Came out of Wyandotte. Then I went on to Lebec Community College. I went there on a wrestling scholarship. Then I left there, came back, and of course I attended the greatest school, one of the greatest schools in the country. This right here, KCKCC. And got my associate's degree from KCKCC Community College. Left here, went to KU, got my bachelor's degree from KU, left there, went to Washburn Law School, got my law degree from there. And left there, got a job as a prosecuting attorney in Emporia, Kansas. Lyon County, Kansas is about 90 miles north of Wichita. And I was there for 4 years. And then I did that and came back home, which is Wyandotte. Started my own law practice, and I've been here for about 3 years now. And so that pretty much is my story. Realistically, that's it. But the thing about it is, I can tell you that now. I can tell you how, real quick, 2 minutes, from there to now. The fact of the matter is, a whole lot more took place between being there and being here. And like Mr. Sugg said a few minutes ago, I'm not finished. I'm really not. I'm just getting started. Y'all gonna see a whole lot more of me, and I'm gonna be doing a whole lot bigger things. And so can everybody else. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I grew up in a house, it was me, my mom, my pops, and I had 6 siblings. Well, 5 biological siblings, and then we had 2 adopted kids. Now, when I say 2 adopted kids in the house, I ain't talking about adopted kids like legally adopted. Point of the matter is, my mom and daddy took in a couple kids that we knew whose mama was on drugs out there in the streets and couldn't take care of these kids. So her 2 kids became our adopted brother and sister. Now, we was already struggling. It was already bad enough with just me and my 5 brothers and sisters. And then you bring in 2 more. And mama's not working. Daddy working. Daddy working at Kansas City Power and Light. And daddy not making a whole lot of money. And bring these people in. One thing that's important that I learned about everything is that even though we were struggling and we were poor, we were broke. We always had love. They always showed us and taught us to share. Sometimes a phone, a house phone, a house phone was like, that was like a luxury. If we had a house phone, we was doing. Growing up, I really didn't talk to a whole lot of girls. Can y'all believe that? Like some of them like, yeah, I can believe that. Why? Not necessarily because I didn't feel like I could, but I didn't have a phone at home. How am I gonna call them? I couldn't give them my number. Me and a couple of my boys, we walking home, when I'm in school and I'm trying to be cool, me and my boys, we walking home from Wyandotte to my house off 11th and Richmond. Well, we went on 11th and Richmond then, we was off of North 31st Street. And we get there and we walking together and we get there and I see sheriff's cars in front of my house and I see these people coming in and out the house with our stuff. What's going on? I'm looking at them, what's happening? Anybody know what was happening? We getting evicted. We getting evicted. They bringing our stuff to the curb. I'm trying to play it off. How can you play that off? Can't play it off. It's like whatever, I remember going to the store more than once. Coming out the store with grocery bags. Going to the car. Car ain't there. Parents a little bit embarrassed because we're like, where the car at, Mama? Where the car? Oh, somebody must have stole the car, but why ain't we calling the police? If they stole the car, shouldn't we be calling the police? What's the point? The point is this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your past is. It doesn't matter what you go through, what you're going through. It doesn't matter what you've been through in the past. What matters is where you're going to from today forward. I thank Dr. McDowell for allowing me to come and talk to y'all, and I appreciate y'all sitting here listening. So the point that I'm making is, a lot of times, people don't think that they can do something for whatever reason. For whatever reason. I was thinking about this program when I first heard about it. I had a client, and I was trying to get this client of mine who's charged with some crime, committed some crime, and one of the ladies on the probation team in Wyandotte County Probation Office told me about this program, and I said, I got to know about it. I got to find out more about it. So she put me in contact with Dr. McDowell, and it's called the Fringe Benefits of Education. And I've thought about that a lot, but the fact of the matter is, although this is called the Fringe Benefits of Education, don't be deceived. There's also some fringe detriments of education. What do you mean? Just because you get an education, that doesn't mean all your problems are going to go away. Doesn't mean everything's going to be easy, doesn't mean everything's going to be awesome, everything's going to be great. The fact of the matter is this: as you go after your goal to get an education and to achieve what you want to achieve in life, you're going to have to make some decisions, you're going to have to make some choices, you're going to have to basically man up or woman up and do some things that, quite frankly, going to put you in a position that you probably don't want to be in. It's going to put you in a position where some of your friends, some of your boys, some of your girls, some of the people that you think are your best buddies, they're not going to want to be your best buddies no more. They're not going to want to be your best friends no more. When you, especially women, especially you ladies, as you start going and getting your education, you watch your dude. Watch your man. Because what happens with a lot of them, they start getting jealous. They start getting intimidated. They start getting a little, they start having problems. Same thing goes with the men. Same thing goes with the men. As you start going on in college and you start going on trying to do something in life, your boys, they don't really, you know, they trying to get you to do other things because they're not trying to do what you're doing, because they're trying to do something more, you're trying to do something more positive. You watch. All of a sudden, they wouldn't go half on nothing just a few weeks ago, but now all of a sudden, if they want to go out, they offering to do it for you. You tell them you got to go to class or you got this to do, and all of a sudden, oh man, dude, hey, for real, we got these hooked up, why don't you come in? And what happens is when you make up your mind and you decide, no, I'm going to do something better, I'm going to get an education, I'm going to achieve something better than what I'm doing. It's fringe benefits. There's going to be some detriments. People are going to hate on you. Anybody know the story of Gideon? Gideon was a young man in the Bible. You can go to the book of Judges. Think about Judges 6 or so. Read the book of Judges. Gideon was a young man, and everybody familiar with the children of Israel, how God led them through the wilderness, or had them in the wilderness, and they were basically rebelling and murmuring and complaining. Well, years later, anyway, Gideon, Israelites, the children of Israel, they were going through some problems. They were basically being, all of their property, their cattle, and all of their land and everything was being taken over by the Midianites. And the Midianites were basically just, I would equate them to, well, I'm not going to equate them to that, but they were a very powerful people. And they were taking advantage of this smaller nation. And they were taking all of their food and everything. Well, one day, Gideon was out in the field and he was hiding his food, because what would happen is the Midianites would go through the different towns that belonged to the children of Israel, and they would take their food, take their cattle and everything else, and leave them with nothing but crumbs. Well, Gideon, he was just a young, weak man. He came from a poor family, broke family, and he was up there hiding some of the food for his family. And an angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon and said, Gideon, you great man of valor. You're a mighty man of valor. The Lord is going to deliver the children of Israel by your hand. And you know the first thing out of Gideon's mouth? Basically, who? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about me? And then Gideon went on this whole episode to explain to this angel of the Lord, y'all, this is the angel of the Lord, explain to this angel that I'm not qualified to do that. He went on to say that the reason why I'm not qualified to do that is because my daddy is not a big shot, and I'm the least of my daddy's kids. The first thing out of his mouth when the angel of the Lord told him that he was going to be successful was, I can't be successful. And he gave a whole bunch of excuses why he can't be successful. I had a rough childhood. When I was in school, I tried to do a whole bunch of stuff that I'm not going to say because I don't know where this tape is going and I might want to run for some a little later. But I tried to do a whole lot of stuff that I had no business doing. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you make up your mind that you want to do something, you have to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I can do it. I can do it. I'm going to tell you a secret. I don't tell a lot of people this. This school here, Kansas Community College, Lord is my witness. I am so happy I went to this school and got my associate's degree from here, because this school prepared me for law school 10 times as much as the University of Kansas. Honest to the Lord Jesus, my witness. Had I not came through this school here, Kansas Community College, I don't know if I would have graduated from law school. And I say that not to boost Kansas Community College, but because I was able to go to these small classes, and these teachers in these small classes expected me to participate when I came to class. I wasn't going to just come to class and sit there and not do nothing. They were going to engage me. When I got to law school, it was the exact same way. The professors there gave a 150, 200-page assignment at the beginning of class Monday, and come back to class that Wednesday. You better have read those 150, 200 pages and know the cases and know how to break it down, because they use what's called the Socratic method, meaning we're just going to pick anybody at random. And if you're not prepared, you're going to be embarrassed. I've seen many of young ladies get up and walk out the classroom crying. I've seen quite a few young men get mad and storm out the class mad because when you become an attorney, or when you become whatever it is that you want to become, and other people are reliant on you, it's imperative that you're able to do your very best. The reason why I got here late today is because I'm in the middle of a murder trial. And I can't tell you too much about it, but what I can tell you is that this murder trial consists of a young lady who's accused of killing a young man. And we've been going all week, started Monday morning. Hopefully we'll finish by the middle of next week. Day in, day out, this is what I've been working on. I'm sleeping, I'm thinking about this case. Waking up, thinking about this case. Before I got here, I was thinking about the case. When I leave here, I'm going back to my office to think about the case some more. What's the point? The point is this. It's because when you give something your all, when you just make it your business that, you know what, I'm going to give my best at whatever I do, it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit. And so what happened in law school is I was able to reach back to Kansas Community College and bring the information and at least the methodology that they taught here and the way that they taught you here, and brought it up to law school, and that's how I was able to graduate and did really well. I became the president of the Black Law Student Association. And there's no limit. If I can do it, people, look, if I can do it, trust me. I'm telling you, Mr. Kirkwood, he used to be a substitute teacher. I remember Mr. Kirkwood. I really do. He used to substitute teach. And, you know, he may not remember me, and I'm glad he don't. But really, my girlfriend in high school had to do a ton of my work for me. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have graduated. It is. It's beautiful. It wasn't because I wasn't smart. It wasn't because I didn't know how. It's just because I was lazy. It was because I didn't have no drive, motivation. Somebody else said something else.
Study habits.
Study habits. Ambition. None of that. What else did you say?
Dumb.
I was dumb. Exactly. In a nutshell, I won't say I was dumb. I just said I would say I was ignorant. There's a difference between being dumb and being ignorant. Dumb is after tonight. Dumb is after tonight. You don't have a made up mind that you know what, nothing's going to stop me from getting what I want. That's dumb. Ignorant is not believing, not knowing how to get it, not caring if you get it. The point that I want to make in conclusion is you have to recognize when you want something, realistically, you're probably not going to be able to take everybody with you. Realistically, when you really, really want to be successful, you want that business to work, you're probably going to have to just do it on your own without your girlfriend. You really want that business to work, you really want to go to school, you're probably going to have to just tell your boy, man, you know, we're going to have to. I find sometimes it's harder to break homeboys up than it is to break a man and a woman up. I mean, I'm not saying it's nothing funny bunny about it, but some people are so tight like that, you know, that's my dog, that's my boy. Nothing gay, nothing homosexual or anything like that, just simply this is my dog. And I've seen a whole lot of young ladies like that too, this is my girl. But realistically, when you really, really want something, you have to understand that you may end up being by yourself for a little while to get there. I can tell you right now, of all the boys I used to run with, I probably got one, literally one, that I still have contact with. Not because I think I'm better than them, but you know why? Because they think I'm better than them. I don't think I'm better than them. They think I'm better than them. I call them, they don't call me back. I ask them to go and, you know, hang out with me unless I'm going to get in the car and we're going to roll around and smoke a little something or go and try to pick up some skirts or whatever. That ain't their party. Especially if I'm going to the courthouse. They sure ain't trying to. I'm trying to bring them and introduce them to judges and stuff. They ain't trying to have no parts of that. The Fringe Benefits of Education. Fringe Benefits of Education is a good thing, y'all. It's a good thing. It's a good program. But it means nothing. It means nothing if you personally don't make up in your mind that you want the benefit. You have to put some value. You have to make what's valuable to you. You determine what's important to you. Is it about making money? No. A lot of people think, oh shoot, man, you're a lawyer, you got big dollars. Well, I got a whole heck of a lot more than I used to have, but I sure don't have as much as I'd like to have. Or that I'm gonna have. But the fact of the matter is, it's not about the money. I'm good. I'm successful if I don't have another dollar. Why? Because one, I have the opportunity to do this. Just to be here talking to you all. That's an honor. I am privileged to be able to talk to y'all, to actually have y'all listen to me. But what would be more beneficial is if just one person out of this group take what I'm saying, use me as a testimony to say that, you know what, I can do it. If Tim can do it, I can do it. I'm telling you, if I can do it, you really can. God may never show you a sign like he showed Gideon. But I tell you, I'm that sign. And if I could bring some people here and witness to you and tell you a little bit more about me, that I'm not allowed to say on camera. That's all I can tell you. I assure you. So make up your mind. Make up your mind. I don't care what it is. If it's education, sweet. Fact of the matter is this: everybody's not going to get a doctorate degree. Everybody's not going to be a Dr. McDowell. There's only one Dr. McDowell. Everybody ain't going to be, you know, the big boss man that likes to wear purple in the back there. Everybody ain't going to be him. She's like, yes, I am. But you know what? It's not about comparing yourself to anybody else, but it's about making up your mind that you are going to be successful, whatever it is. So what I want you to do for me, really, literally, I want you tonight, tomorrow, make up your mind. Just make a new commitment to yourself. Think about it. It's not nothing to take lightly. Think about it. Think about, what do I want to do? What do I want to be? How do I want to be successful? Hey, I heard one of the people up here talking about prayer partners. Something about that. I use a term to other people, a lot of people. I want you to think about this. Make sure the person that's claiming to be praying for you is not praying, P-R-E-Y-I-N-G, on you. Because a lot of people say they're praying for you, or a lot of people say they got their back and they're trying to help you, but they actually praying, eating at you. Don't want to see you successful. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate it.
Well, we want to, recognize you for coming. And so we want to give you a small certificate that presents Fringe Benefits of Education, outstanding guest speaker, Timothy L. Dupree, for sharing your words of wisdom and making them relevant to our experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
One of the other things we try to do also, because we want to make sure that you indicate to the speaker that you heard what he said. And in all that we do, though we know that some of you know it all, there is always a pearl of wisdom or a kernel of truth that you can take away.
What you said about don't let the past change your future. Live that every day and don't let that stop you. Keep going towards my goal. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, who was at this table here? Okay.
Realistically, to achieve your goals, you're not going to be able to take everybody with you.
Very good.
I want to take away from this about the choices. We always have choices, so we can always choose to do the right thing and do what's best for us at school and not do the other things that distract us from school.
When you said be careful for people that's praying for you and praying on you, that was pretty touched me, you know what I'm saying?
All right, awesome. All right, so we like to do that. That's one of those traditions we started. That way you know that they heard you. Thank you.
Thank y'all for listening.
Quick inspiration for that Ephesians 1:18. I pray when he said, I pray also that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened, in order that you may know the hope of which he has called you, the riches of his glorious inheritance to the saints through God. And I can get there. And also, my pearl of wisdom is when you decide not to accept failure as a life sentence and look at it as a free pass to execute winning in a worldly prison, the restitution will be paid triple-fold through God. That's how you do it. And the thing is, we touching people, take what these guys and ladies that we have when talking, take what they say to the heart. Understand. Take it to the heart what they're saying, because it can help you, especially when you got God. But I believe God is first. And it's gonna, because once you get God, you can be a willing vessel to do what this man did to be successful. And like you said again, success ain't all about the paper either. I'm a cool people person. I get it in because people know me, and sometimes God gives you favor. You may not have it in the pocket, but you got favor to keep it going till you do get it. And when you get it, you'll know how to do it. And there are haters around you. There's haters all around you. There's haters in your circle. What you do is let them continue to hate. So when they walk off the bridge, they don't even know.
Well, for our young black men, I feel like this program is very good. It's motivational. It very well motivated me. I think a lot of young men will get a lot from this, as well young women as well too. So I think that's what it's doing for us out here. It's basically just motivating us, driving us, getting us in school where we need to be back on track with our people. So that's what we need to be doing.
And I think one of the things, as I was sharing with the group, having an opportunity to go and look at another program that's focusing on young women, and them talking about some of the challenges they have sometimes with transportation, getting young people to respond to emails, getting them to RSVP so they know how many to prepare for. I knew we were in good company because they've been around for 14 years, and here we are, probably an upstart in their minds, just being around 3 going on our 4th year. But we do know that that's one of the challenges that we have, to get folks to respond to emails, to let us know, and be committed to coming on a regular basis. But I'm very proud to say that the young men of FBOE have done an awesome job about responding to the calls and letting us know what's going on. And we also have an opportunity through the week to get updates and along with their mentors. So it's been an awesome experience, and I hope you keep growing.
Yes.
All right.